Yo, Crypto Nation and mining family, what's going on out there? I'm Nemesis, and of course, I've got my home dog, Crypto McKill. Yo.
What up? How's everybody doing?
Oh.
Sorry it took so long. Yeah, I was trying to get. This is like the first time I've even done videos since I got this set up.
He's got a new place.
Temporary place.
Yeah, temporarily.
Temporary place, but it's okay. So yeah, just trying to get. He says, "What's up with the no thumbnail?" I seen it do that too. Like whenever you clicked on it, the thumbnail wasn't there. I don't know what's up with that. I've seen it do it a couple times.
Yeah, it's YouTube's having an issue trying to integrate their new. The new streaming stuff that they're implementing, because they've got the new and the old running. So if everything is still looking at the old and it's not integrated properly with the new, and people are using the new more now because we're forced to use the new style of setting up for the streams. So
yeah, not on my other channel. On my actual channel, I'm not.
Yeah, me too. Nope, I'm able to use the old system too. No problem.
I was looking at that because I'm about to release some videos coming up here soon on my channel, because I gotta reset some stuff up, and it's the perfect time to make tutorial videos.
Oh yeah,
it's kind of what I made my channel to be, was tutorials of my journey upon mining, and getting new stuff for a while. Just trying to move stuff.
Crypto Mining Lifer is just the quality keeps dumping to 240. Actually, it's 340p. When it
I noticed that. I saw that earlier today. It started dumping me down.
Oh yeah, I'm sitting there.
Why are you doing this?
I'm watching something, and all of a sudden, gets all fuzzy and grainy. I'm like, okay, something glitched. So I go to refresh the browser, same thing, and then I look down, and I'm like, 340p. I didn't even put it there. Why?
Why would I even ever?
I'm not
think of doing that.
Even my phone does 720p. Come on. Who uses 340?
I mean, once you set it, it looks like it sets and stays there. But
yeah, but you gotta manually set it. Otherwise, YouTube just goes and it's 340. It's why?
Yeah.
Why? And I figured out how to be able to start and stop streaming without having to interact with the YouTubes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up with that?
So there was there's a before you go live, it's got all the little boxes, for latency and all this stuff. It has, stop stream with encoder. Well, at first when I went to go click on start stream with my encoder, it wouldn't do anything.
Right, you had to click live.
And it's instead of me clicking go live with my encoder, because you can click it and go end with my encoder. Whenever I stop streaming, it shuts the whole stream down.
Right.
Well, the first couple of times, it was not letting me do the startup one. And then yesterday, I clicked on it, and it finally went, oh, do you want to end with your streaming software or begin with your streaming software? I'm like, yes.
Duh.
So yeah,
I know I don't want to use your stuff. I want to use my stuff.
Right.
My stuff is cool.
Right, and it works good.
Right. Right.
So,
what's up, everybody?
Yo, we got all the party people in there. Techman's one dislike, and the stream hasn't even started.
I know. Haters gonna hate.
Yeah, because we weren't started right now. It's like Veruca Salt from Willy Wonka. I want it, and I want it now.
I always say, man, if you got haters, that means you're doing something right.
Oh, yeah.
Because they obviously, one, they're thinking about you.
Right.
Two, they dislike you for what you're doing, which maybe because you're better than them. Not saying you are, but it is possible. It just leads to all different various of things.
Well, we're sitting there and saying the things that he wants us to keep secret. Sorry, not really. Sorry.
If I said I was sorry, I would be lying.
Right.
And I won't lie to to my fam over here, man. That would just be a terrible thing to do.
Right.
My personal.
Hey, at least we know that person is thoughtful enough to at least check us out on the daily basis. You know you're part of the cool kids club when they try to impersonate you. Until you're one of those cool kids, you know. We'll take those haters. I'm all cool with that. What you smiling at over there, Smiles? Huh?
Someone was talking to me.
Oh, he's got the boss talking to him.
Yeah. Just telling me something, and I was like, oh, that's funny. Funnies.
Nice.
So, got one of my 5700 XTs and 2 more on the way. Nice, dude.
Yo.
Nice. Group of Mining Lifer.
Nice. Very nice. Nice.
Did you have? Oh, they're used. So you bought more? Because I know you already had some. That light's flickering. Seen that happen. I need some new bulbs. Been a while. Get some brighter white ones.
Right.
Use 2 of them or the Red Devils. Ooh, nice. That seem to be the good ones. At least for like staying cool wise and memory temp staying cooler. But Red Devils have always been a pretty good. They've always had like their cooling solution down pretty well.
Oh yeah. And you know what?
They're pretty beefy, and it's for a good reason.
And I like the look of their logo.
Oh yeah, and
that
the new
logo
ones
is
look really
awesome.
good.
Oh yeah.
Techman says, Michaela, you remind me of the wrestler dude that yells yes. Man, I've been told that before, but I don't even remember who that person is. But yeah, thanks. I don't watch wrestling. I'm sorry. I should. I used to. And then I found out that it wasn't real, and then I stopped watching it. I was like, oh, okay. I don't care anymore.
Right.
Sorry. It had to have been real.
Well, once I found out that not only was it fake, and that all these guys are good friends with each other.
Oh, for sure.
Oh my god. It's like my pops, he works at an airport, and yeah, met some of these guys firsthand. When you see a villain and one of the good guys getting off of a plane and they're laughing and joking with each other, yeah, it died.
It's bad. It's just bad. It's just bad for everybody, you know.
Right. I'm just glad I was able to meet what's his name, Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Oh yeah. Jake Deep says, Max Ultrasize moved 6 5700 XTs to the den so I can hook them up via internet instead of Wi-Fi. Nice. I bet you'll get less drops.
Right. Your latency should come down, which will drop your rejected shears down.
Yeah.
Big time.
You can have Wi-Fi and be good, like latency wise. I've done it. I used to run a rig off Wi-Fi, and it was pretty close to the router. And with like the right tuning and everything, you won't be dinged like per se.
Yeah, but you're looking at what is it? Across Wi-Fi, it's okay to have a 10% packet loss.
Yeah.
It's like, oh.
Yeah. I mean, 10% yes, but minute with the amount of data that a mining rig really pulls. In my opinion.
Right, you just
gotta tune it right.
Yeah, and then you're hoping
and
that
have
when
to
you
be close,
and then when you
cannot
drop,
be like interfere between multiple walls. It's like the more walls you add, the more
But you also can't have it too close because then you're going to have antenna. You'll have antenna feedback off of it too. So like you got to be close, but not too close. Right. Especially if you've got like N routers on there, If you got your N router within 3 feet of your actual router, you would have antenna feedback.
Right. You are correct. Peter Stone, my man, how are you?
It's the stone.
Stone. It's the Viking. Let's see what we got going up in here. Monsters, I got 6 of them now.
Nice.
Oh no, he has 6 of them. He's talking about he dig deep his hold on, sweetie, what's up?
Uh-oh, dad life.
Whatever. Shut the door all wrong. I'll fix it later. But he's saying dig deep says he bought some of the mechs and he's actually having a hard time with them. Yeah, the mechs were the worst of the onslaught of bad memory pads.
Right. For one, the top cold plate does not cover all of the memory modules, but that's not so much of an issue. If you you can either fix them by one of 2 ways, at least bringing down the temperatures properly, take off the back plate, or put enough thermal pads between the back plate and the PCB, right behind the memory modules. A lot of people don't realize that the GDDR6 memory modules are considered flip chip designs. In other words, the bulk of the chip is actually at the PCB, so it's actually using the I think the mechs are a 10-layer PCB, which is pretty thick for a PCB, but that's how it's wicking the heat away. That's why they don't need the cold plate up on top. I mean, it helps for sure. Get as much contact on that the cold plate to the memory module with as much thermal pad as you can get up on there to touch the cold plate. But yeah, work on the back side of it. It'll help.
Yeah, the backside is the problem. Because he was saying I even replaced the pads on 3 of them, still having memory heat issues. Yeah, throw some pads on the backside of those memory modules. Let them connect with the backplate.
Yeah, even Gamers Nexus said that it made an improvement. It wasn't like, oh my god,
yeah, it's not gonna be crazy, but
because you got to
still be better than it probably is right now.
Right,
especially at a mining standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
That's my mining opinion. That's my two hashes on that.
Yeah.
Techman says, why do they get rid of the pentagram on the Red Devil? Dude, I mean,
that was like
that's kind of an obvious reason.
Dude, that's
not
made.
Not that I hated it.
Come
like
on.
I thought it
the
made
naming structure, right?
Oh,
the naming structure and their logo,
the Red Devil,
perfect.
Made sense. It was branded perfectly correct.
But I think either they hired a Karen, or all the Karens out there convinced them to change it.
Probably a bunch of Karens signed a petition.
Oh yeah, it's always the Karens. They're like, oh, you can't do that. I mean, look at the school buses that use those. They had what is it? The 6 LED brake lights for it, and somebody's like, oh, look at this, and they took a snapshot of the bus driving down the road. Why? Because one of the dots was pointed down, and they were like, it's a satanic symbol. It's like, it's a LED brake light. Why are you reading into this? What is wrong with you?
Right.
All these Karens out there. Those are the same Karens that made Everybody Wins No Touch Football.
Just get rid of the plastic backplate. Yeah, for sure. The plastic backplates don't help them.
No, not at all. Kryptonite Life is like, shut up, Karen! Yes!
Techman says, guys, if you want a card from BB, go the day before and see if the cards are out. Oh, like the new NVIDIA cards I'm talking about?
Oh, I can't wait to get them.
Oh, Best Buy. That BB. Best Buy. Got you. Got it. It's a good idea. Everyone's going to be ordering offline. People are going to stay away from the stores because of COVID.
Yeah. I'll go in there.
Good idea. Only one per customer per visit. Okay.
I'll
come in
leave and
multiple
I'll
times.
come back. And I'll wear this one the first time. You can get it at dogelord.com.
Like, can I bring like 10
then-
of them up here and like just bring them up here and then I'll just come back
and then
July?
I'll wear this one afterwards to go in the second time, and then I'll put this back on the third time. Be like, hey, I went and had lunch. You know, this is the second time.
I had to change my mask, you know, because I got food on the other one.
Right.
Victor My Lifer says he tried that NIM and it made them hotter. Huh.
Oh, putting thermal pads on the backside to the back plate? Yeah.
He said just lose the back plate.
Yeah. That was the big thing that
Well,
that
if it's a plastic back plate like the mechs were, camera's like right there now. I gotta like
be conscious you can't bam.
Because my hands are now, like my hands used to not ever be in frame, and now they are.
So yeah, if it's a plastic backplate, just lose it. Even Gamers Nexus was like, with the thick, he's like, just take everything off of the thick, and it works fine. The thick was so thick that they were just holding in all that heat with the thickness.
So thick.
So thick.
Techman says I was able to snack a Fallout 4 card the day before before they even launched. So go like this for like the 3080, go like the 16th.
Right. Well, I mean, if you're in Chicago, the Chicago is known to selling stuff like a day or two before it's supposed to be sold if they've got it on hand. I mean, if
for sure, you just gotta know who to ask, man.
Right, and you know what's really funny about
everybody likes a little extra money too.
So the very, very, very first Ford Mustang was sold here in Chicago 3 days before the official unveiling. To a school teacher here in the city. Oh.
Dig Deep says, I already did that, but 4 out of the 8 are still having a little issues. Do you know where the memory temp sensors are located? I don't. That's that guy's question.
I'm not sure.
He's that way to me, so I hope he's that way to y'all.
No, it's the other way.
That guy. On the other side of the aisle.
I'm not sure exactly how they've got those memory temps set up on.
Savage.
Like if they've got more than
Travis.
one, I would almost have to get a board view schematic of it to actually know. I mean, they could have, one sensor in each location, or they're taking one sensor on the hottest module that they know is going to be the problem module. I have no clue, unfortunately. I mean, heck, they can
exactly. Everybody's ordering online. You can snag one in store the day before. Because if they mess up, like if it's there, I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna go ahead and get this. Okay. Oh, you sold it. But I mean, I gotta wait till next month anyway. So, because I want the 3070. I really want 3070 Ti.
I'm gonna get a bunch of those 3080s. I'm getting one 3090 for me personally.
Yeah,
and then
3070 Ti is my personal card.
Yeah, the 3090 will be my personal card. I'll be
if they release it.
Yeah, I'll be sitting there and I'm gonna get a baller card for myself. I'd like to see what it looks like the game in 4K.
You deserve it.
I want to see what it looks like the game in 4K.
8K, bro. You can game in 8K.
I don't have.
If you just gotta have a monitor.
Right, I don't have an 8K monitor.
with good enough hertz.
Right.
Like, did you see like the video that they were playing on? I was like, bro, like, ain't no one have a monitor that nice.
Yeah, right.
Not even the streamers have monitors that nice. Like.
Right, a lot of the streamers sit there and they're streaming off of a cell phone.
What up, Gracie? He says, hey, all, not late, just listen. What's up, buddy? Yeah, Savage in the house. You right? You up in there? What up, buddy? Let's see.
Well, it shouldn't be that. It shouldn't lag that far behind. I got it on low latent. I could turn the latency off the next stream.
No, he says he's not. He says he's not late. He's just listening.
No, Nefarious. He's like wondering why things are so far behind the chat. I see the vid is, and I'm sure it's over exaggerating, but 5 minutes behind the live.
I mean, I'm reading chat like 5 minutes behind. I'm like, y'all are typing faster than I'm reading tonight. So he says, look at all the blue. I know, Tech Man says, see it blue, man. Canadian Crypto Crew. Hi, all just listening on the GPU talk. Did I miss the AMD talk for the new cards? We haven't talked about AMD yet.
Nope.
Haven't even dug down that rabbit hole that I am.
Right. Might as well start jumping in on that.
I'm trying to see if there's any more news because I've been like out of the news realm this week. So I'm just trying to see if there's anything new that I missed.
I'm honestly thinking that if
October 15th. Okay, cool. So they released the date for the 3070 15th.
Yep. And around that same time, AMD's going to be making their announcement. Don't know what the announcement's over. But it's the way that AMD's doing this. They made like a few tweets out that everybody's speculating now over.
October 28th. Yeah, I see that.
And everybody
trying to pull up some stuff I can read from.
And everybody's like, crypto mining lifers, like, I think Big Navi's gonna kill it, and that's like the hints that
dude, it better.
If they don't, people are gonna lose faith in AMD.
To make up for it.
Oh my god, yeah. But it's like you gotta.
Granted, they got the console support, so they're solid regardless.
Right.
Regardless of what happens GPU wise, they're solid console wise because they won both consoles.
Right,
so
and then AMD
really they're good.
Well, not only
and
that,
their CPUs,
and they're being launched in all of these laptop brands now. So I mean, they're taking a different market share. I think that they should just kind of walk away from GPU making at this point. There are two
announcements. Yeah, there's two announcements. One's on the 8th and one's on the 28th.
Mm-hmm.
The one on the 8th is for Zen.
Yep.
Zen 3. So you're talking next gen CPUs.
I mean, we'll see Big Navi this year.
Oh, for sure.
It'll be
by end of year.
By end of year,
you'll probably see it for
Christmas.
For holidays.
Yeah, it'll be there for Christmas. But other than that, I don't see big changes coming from them. Because if you think about it, they were AMD was so heavy trying to make sure that the 5700 XT was able to compete with the 2070. They're no longer going after NVIDIA's top tier. They're going after their mid to low cap tiers, and they failed to realize that the 20 series was a test run. They released a test run on everybody. Anybody who picked up the 2070 and the 2080, they basically just got shafted for being an early adopter on ray tracing. And I said that too. I'm like, I'm not getting this. This is all early adoption stuff. No. And I'm so glad at this point that I said no.
Yeah. I seen that they finally closed the ARM contract.
Yep.
NVIDIA closed that.
Yep.
So NVIDIA entering the CPU world. I don't think so. I think they're going to go more like embedded GPUs.
Right.
That's what you'll see. That's what you'll see them doing. You'll see more improvements of ARM-based graphics processors.
Yep. I don't
so
think...
expect big changes for ARM, not making CPUs, but making ARM better. Probably.
And if they're gonna, and if AMD continues
more
to
expensive
making,
too.
And then AMD is no longer going to be able to produce ARM processors, They're gonna have to create.
Not true. There's more. There's more.
They'll have to
companies.
They'll have to do APUs.
Well, they already are.
Right, but they
Even
also
their small form factor, like micro, they're just APUs.
some of them are still. I mean, they've got their version of Pi.
They're embedded. They are embedded.
They've got their
APUs.
They've got their version of Pis, though.
Yeah, their APUs are awful. Depends. They made better leaps whenever they embedded them, instead of just like being there.
Right.
They don't handle without properly with motherboards. Yeah, you got to build it from the CPU down. You need to build the motherboard around the CPU. They don't do that. They just generically put them together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
almost.
because the issue lies in the motherboard manufacturers. Yep, because everything's made generically to spec, and when you do, that's why I like their little micro PCs that are embedded APUs. That's why they're better than a normal APU, is because they built those motherboards specifically for that chip, so they can actually run all the powers where they need to be,
Right.
and not have that problem.
Yep.
That's about all I know per that
But it's like. But
hardware level.
But I'm actually kind of disappointed with how AMD is handling this right now. So instead of sitting there and combating what NVIDIA is doing, what did they turn around and do? Oh, I know. We're going to release like 2 to 4 different models of bicycles. It's like, what does a GPU manufacturer have anything to do with a bicycle? It's like I'm curious on how it hashes. How many hashes per mile do I get for it? I want to mine on that bike now. I feel the FOMO. Nefarious is like 2400G was so nice of an APU, but the motherboards, none of them could handle the voltages properly. You end up having you have to buy a GD GPU anyway.
This is trolling. Yeah.
Bicycles to make gamers Nexus happy. Yeah.
I've seen that.
I can't believe that they released it was like either 2 or 4 different bicycle models. It's like, why? You're a technology person. I would actually I'd be like, okay, is it an electric bike? No. Does it have electric on the bike? No. Why? What are you trying to do? Compete with Huffy now? Come on.
That makes sense.
3 different models with 5 variants. Okay, that's what it is. Still, why? No need for this garbage. People need to stop doing that.
So I don't know if anybody else seen this. This was kind of interesting. This is what they say, the 3060 Ti right here. And if you notice, 8 gigabytes. 8 gigabytes of
8 to
GDDR6.
Yeah, 8 or 6.
No, it says 8 gigabytes G6.
Oh, okay.
GDDR6. Because over here you got G6X.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I found that pretty interesting. You're looking at 180 to 200 watts on that. It's going to come out in October. Price to be announced. Probably going to come out towards the end of October, since you're going to get the 3070 at the beginning. Kind of like doing with the 3080 and 3090s.
Right.
I mean, other than that, man, it's CUDA cores are about 1,000 less than the 3070. The transistor's the same. Die size is the same. 14 gigabits per second, same as 3070. So I wonder, I bet this is the card that we'd seen on those on all of those. What do you call it? Like the chart that Red Panda showed us. That sent everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Put out. I bet this is that card because they listed it by name. I just don't have it in front of me.
Yeah, the GA, what is it? The
104-200.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the 3060 Ti. 8 gigabytes, 180 watts.
Yep.
So that looks like it's going to be the power saver.
Yep,
That's
and
that's going to be the most hashes per watt.
Yeah, and that'll be right around 50 mega hashes.
Yeah.
Give or take.
Probably about $400 price tag, I bet. Probably about $100 cheaper.
Probably.
That'd be a nice little contender for 50 mega hashes.
I would like to know what mining software what Red Panda was given, what mining software they were actually using.
Right.
Because you're having oh god, a girl. She's talking about basically the hash rate being probably about 10 or 15% lower
than
what this chart's really showing, and I'm sure she's got the card.
Because not Claymore, because it's not Hive and not simple mining. No, it's straight using either Linux or Windows.
Right, and somebody modified a mining software to have the new the new driver kernel in it. Has to be. Because the mining software's got to have the support for the driver.
It's not Rave. No, it's definitely not Rave.
Oh my god, yeah. Rave, that's a joke in itself. It's like 1 hash rate.
I hear that. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm ready for the 30s. I want to see a 3070 Ti, but maybe they won't do it. Definitely not leaning towards anything anymore. They had hinted towards it at one point, but I don't think they're going to now. From what has been shown, nothing is really leaning that way anymore. So, boo.
Right, I was sitting there, I was joking around with Mean Hash on Twitter, and I was like, oh, when is hash rate going to have the new 3000? Is the 3000 series going to work on the new hash rate? And he's like, no. I was like, yes, that's awesome. No. Nothing's gonna work on there. It's all broken.
It's all good stuff.
Right.
Nice. So they're saying that the Asus RTX 3080 is going to get 19.5 gigabits per memory, per second memory. Wow.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be interesting with this new hardware, and it's like, okay, what's AMD gonna be able to swing back with? I don't think that they're gonna have too much to swing back with. I think that even if they were to sit there and load up the, we're gonna put 50 gigabytes of VRAM on here, I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. I think they're going to be competing basically with between the 3060 and the 3070. Because you're trying to tell me
TIs for this generation yet. Well, they're saying the 3060 Ti is a thing. Per that article I was just showing.
Right, yeah. They're showing a Ti variant on one of them. But these are going to be what's released first. You got to remember, even the 1070 got released, and then what was it? 2 years later, the Ti variant came out finally.
It was about a year and a half.
Yeah, exactly. I know it was over a year before the Ti variant came out.
It was definitely over a year.
Yeah. And the same thing with the 1080s. Same
So I
thing.
think Navi's gonna be as insane as being expected. I'm expecting disappointment.
Right, it's going to be insane disappointment.
I'm expecting disappointment, so they better give me something better than disappointment.
Right, you're going to have a very disappointing drivers because their driver department doesn't know what they're doing.
At least the Strix, though, man.
Oh man, oh,
It's good.
I so want that Azu Strix. Oh.
This came out yesterday.
Oh, that
Yeah.
Strix. Oh, I so want them.
There's the Tough,
Yeah.
and there's the Strix. Man, just 10 gigabytes of GDDR6X.
Yeah.
That's gonna be crazy, man.
Oh yeah. They're getting good memory modules.
See, we got.
And then they're going to be getting. Then they'll have the good core.
Those. But this is gigabyte. Yes, it's gigabytes. So there's gigabyte. Let's see what we got up in here.
Got the
So
power
memory.
MOSFETs, the memory modules. And you got power
6,
MOSFETs on
7,
both sides
8.
of the VGA chip.
Yeah.
Power MOSFET, power controllers. I mean, there is a lot of power that's going to be flowing through this board.
Oh, dude, you know it. You know it. Look at all that.
Well, look at all those R15 modules. Those are MOSFETs. Those are all power
2,
MOSFETs.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
16 different power rails. I mean, think about that. Oh my God.
17. And
Oh, yeah.
One sideways right there.
Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is gonna be an insane card. I think this is
Later, Ralph Cooper.
later. I think
What
this
is
is
RGB anyway?
yeah. I think that these cards are gonna. It has the potential if AMD can't swing something back. This is the AMD GPU killer right here.
Techman says if if RTX or if RX 6000 is insane stuff, he goes, and here comes 3090 Ti.
Right.
He goes, let's kill it again.
Right, and
And we weren't going to release it, but we're going.
And there's more SKUs that are on the docket that haven't been officially released. So we're talking that they are sitting on a TI or a Super. And
see
they're
this stuff. I saw this stuff, but I didn't quite catch. I see where they're circling, but I mean, you see it. But
right, they're
this thing up on the underneath side of it.
oh yeah, just to keep it cool, dude.
I was like, yeah, that's accurate.
Yep.
All graphics cards shipped with one of these. One per card.
Yeah.
Solid. Keep it nice and cool.
Yeah. I don't.
Yeah, he's saying
I'm not.
he loves the EVGA, is what Nefarious is saying. It looks cool, man. I mean, I like it. I like the red on the back of it. Reminds me of brake lights
Right.
of a high performance sports car. Hopefully this one lights up too back here in the back.
And then look at the
But-
back plate on that thing. It's all perforated and stuff. And they're utilizing AMD's leaf spring technology to hold down the cooler.
Yep.
I'm not sure if
Nice.
I
That's
like
a nice
that.
one. I like this card.
Yeah.
I like all the different size holes too.
Yeah,
Auxiliary
people are
fan.
gonna
See that
find
right
out that the PCBs are really small. Yeah, you can
Aux fan.
right a lot of GPUs even right now
5 volt.
I can sit there. You can actually, on a lot of GPUs, you can hook up your case fans to the GPU.
Some of them you can, yeah.
They
have to be the right voltage. I've tried it before on some cards, and they just have to be the right voltage.
My 1070, yeah, my 1070 Ti's, I can hook up any fan I want to them. My 1080 that I've got in here, there's no restriction on fan. Oh yeah, the Kingpin. Oh giggity. We need to get one of the Kingpins so that we can do hash drags.
It's gonna be legit, man.
Oh yeah.
Overclocking. Using Fire Strike. Look at this bad boy burst. Dang.
3 8-pins. Ugh. And one thing I like about the Kingpin is that they've already got the power shunts built into it, so you can already you can put enough power through that card to actually crack the VGA chip.
That's just a beautiful card.
Yeah, and
gigabytes of GDDR6
and
water cooled already.
No.
Or hybrid.
No, even.
Oh, it's a hybrid. Look at it.
Yeah, it's a hybrid, but whenever they're like, if you're gonna do extreme overclocking, you do not leave it like that. You put it hasn't. Those cards have an LM2 mode.
And keep it that way.
That's something that Kingpin himself, because Kingpin's a big LM2 overclocker. He is Kingpin himself is one of the best overclockers in the industry. One of them.
What do we got in here? That's really tiny. Great.
But if you look at it, look at the memory clock speed that they overclocked it to.
I want to make it bigger.
Over 10,000 mega. You're talking over 10 gigahertz on the memory clock. That's insane.
100% power.
Almost 2,000. Almost 2 gigahertz on the core.
Wow.
I'm sorry, but that just
ends at 70%.
Yeah.
Turn that fan up just a little bit more.
Yeah, but if it's within temperature,
plus 70 and only plus
71C is not bad for a card. You don't have to worry about that until about 77 to 79C is right where the card starts to throttle.
You're at 71 where the card's sitting.
Right.
92%, maxing out the usage pretty much.
Right.
Wow. That's crazy. 102 FPS, man. 70C.
Yep. But 102 FPS, and it's 86 FPS with ray tracing on.
Oh, this is with ray tracing?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, you lose a little bit with ray tracing.
Oh, yeah. I'd imagine, because you're using the GPU more.
Right.
Gotta take resources.
And I so want to get the cards so that I can run my own Time Spy, my own Cinebench onto it.
Easy.
Oh.
Where's power? GPU chip power right there.
That's the chip power draw is 183 watts just on the VGA chip by itself.
Percent of the TDP is being used. Voltage. Where's your max? Where's your actual power? Board power draw. Right there.
Yep, 317 watts.
317. Wowzers.
Yep. This is gonna be I think this is gonna be the game changer. This is what's gonna mop the floor of AMD. It's gonna be like, yeah, we're gonna take you AMD right to the cleaners.
317 lines. That's crazy.
Yeah, you're basically gonna be looking at it if Big Navi when Big Navi comes out. None of these games should, if they do a good job at what they're doing from AMD with Big Navi, if they sit there and launch their Big Navi, and it performs just as good on any game that was made for NVIDIA without being specialized, because like they have to specially make video games to utilize AMD properly. There's only like 5 or 6 games on the market that do it. Everything else leans on NVIDIA. That's why NVIDIA gaming is so much better. It's why whenever it comes down to mining,
the support is down for NVIDIA too.
Right, and then mining wise, you get better performance on NVIDIA. So what if AMD can hit up Ethereum and Ethereum Classic? That's one algorithm that it knows how to work with. NVIDIA just works on all of it, and very effectively.
I agree. So,
Jared's like, so how is the Ethereum mining on this? Unofficially, until I get one in my hand and I can officially test it, I'm not going to sit there and say this is official information. And then where it came from is still kind of not 100% disclosed of who has it, because all these people who got GPUs had to sign NDA agreements in order to get them beforehand. So they're technically, they can show you that they have it, but they can't technically show you performance on it. It goes against the NDA agreement. But the 3090 looks like it can have a high side of a 111. Yeah, it can have a high side of 111 mega hash. I would say you're probably looking at 90 mega hash on it to start off with.
I would imagine all of these hash rates, because I know Christy was, as when Nim was saying, Christy was talking about it about 10% lower or so, 5 to 10% lower. And that's with her overclocking. I'm sure she's going for max efficiency of the card itself, not maybe per like best hash per watt, but she's probably going for best efficiency of the card altogether before it starts throttling, before it starts giving you issues, keeping it good temps. Probably 10% less. I would imagine this was at like 100, like full tilt.
Right, you just plugged it in and hit
all
mine.
All the watts. Pushing a little bit of an overclock with all wattage, not going for efficient, just running it for the most hash rate you can possibly get out of it, record it, and then let it go. It probably didn't last, I'd imagine.
Yeah, that's a good one, Nefarious. He's like, honestly, I feel honestly that AMD has forced the new chipset format because we are now at that point where everything before this point will be obsolete. Period. It's a good valid argument. I don't think that they're, because a 1070 still to this day is a good gaming card. A 1070 still mines beautifully. Hash per watt on a 1070 is excellent. Hash per watt
though has gone down. Past mine, I can't successfully pull 30 mega hashes on my 1070 anymore.
No, but
without like pushing the card. I gotta push the card harder than I was before.
But if you're not looking at being an Ethereum miner only, you're splitting your hash rate across multiple algorithms, which you should be doing. You shouldn't be concentrating. Everybody should not be just concentrating on one coin. It just doesn't make sense.
Right. It's Jared Holtman says there was a rumor the 3080 would hit 115 mega hashes, but going by the memory bandwidth, I would think the 3080 would peak around 90 mega hashes.
Right, and
he goes best case.
Yeah.
He was wondering if anything official. No, just what I was showing. That's like the most official thing we've seen.
Yeah.
Other than what Christie has said.
Right, and Christy
That's
was saying that,
really,
you know, realistically, the 3080 should be right in that 85 mega hash period range, right in there, because you're not going to be sitting there wanting to mine 90, 95 watts, I mean, a 95 mega hash at, you know, 320 watts. I'm sorry, that's not efficient in any respect.
yeah, I hear you, Tech Man. He says, I think the wattage used in the 3080 would be like 150 watts. He goes on ETH. He goes, maybe I'm wrong. He goes, but all the other cards don't use max TDP.
No.
Correct. As miners, we always, you know, we don't want them to pull.
We want to be
the most wattage.
We want to be
25%.
Yeah, we want to be 25% under TDP.
I would rather take voltage away and overclock the card just a little bit to achieve the same hash rate or pulling less wattage.
Right.
That's just me. So yeah. Yes, they pull like 300 and something watts, but will the miners pull 300 watts? No.
No.
Will we pull maybe 150? I don't know.
I don't know about that.
Debatable.
I would say low side between
I'm saying
180 to 220 will be your low side.
I'm thinking like a 1080. I'm thinking you're pulling watts like a 1080.
Well, 1080 I can get mine to manage between 140 to 140 watts to about 150.
Mine pulls 100. Really? Mine pulls 120. I pull 120 watts with my 1080.
Yeah, that's where we need to have those riser monitors so that we know exactly how much is pulling off the riser and we can see how much is pulling off the top pins.
Right.
To really know, because
top pin, because I only have a single 8-pin 1080.
And you can be, you know, it's like it could be sitting there chugging along at that rate, but as soon as something heavy computational comes on, it can spike up to 160 watts real quick and then come back down. Because the overclocking software is basically the GPU is just using it as a guideline. We want to maintain it here, but if I need it up here, we're going to give it.
Right.
Otherwise, your card would crash.
Nefarious says 3080s should be equal to Radeon 7s with better voltages, I would suspect. I would hope they have better voltages than the Radeon 7, and they better hash better, or at least around the same. Riserless configurations going to be necessary with power levels we got coming. That's very true. Very true. That is a very true statement. But a lot of, you know, our risers are rated for that. I mean, you're not pulling max power through the riser.
Right.
Especially when you're doing mining. It's not like you're gaming.
Right. Yeah. Gaming,
You know,
you're going
it's
to
a
pull a
little
little
different.
harder. Yeah. I mean.
Just right, hash the planet.
Yeah.
Yeah. But riserless would be, I think, key. I think it would. I think it could increase mega hashes going from riser to riserless in their situation, just because the way I think that they are probably feeding some of those rails. Because a lot of the extra pins, a lot of pins that are on the rails of GPUs, like on the risers, aren't being used for anything. So maybe they are going to pull some from down there to help give some extra voltage. I don't think they would, but who knows? We'll find out whenever we get them. Only one way to know. And that's when people start running them on risers and start seeing people having problems. It's kind of the only way we're going to find out.
People have problems when they use adapters to run on their risers. Like people who were
Don't use SATA. Please don't do it. Not on these cards.
You can use SATA only, and I only use SATA on risers. Because
I use SATA on risers, but pulling like a 3080 and a 3090, I wouldn't.
It's still only going to pull maximum 75 watt off a riser.
I know.
So it's the same thing. The SATAs are 12 volt and they can handle 150 watts, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
So you could technically run 2 risers off of a normal SATA rail. So yeah, the only thing that I'm going to have the only thing I'm going to be a little concerned over is are these 3080s going to fit in my 4Us? That I'd be more worried about.
I mean, everybody's seen that those cards they fill out that case. So maybe the 3090s probably not.
No.
I would imagine those have to be. I mean, maybe a 4U. I would imagine that they couldn't stray away from that spec. I figured, I would imagine they'd be smart enough not to do that. Due to they are basically pushing the 3090 as the Titan replacement.
Right.
So a lot of data centers they never use the Titan, or at least the last generation Titan, because the 2080 and 2080 Ti offered better performance for wattage.
Those data centers were still using 1080s.
Oh yeah, they were still using 1080s too.
They're still buying 1080s.
Yeah, no reason to upgrade. But I figure that they won't stray away from the spec of a natural 4U server style case to run like a 3090. If they're gonna replace it, they shouldn't like skew away from that spec.
Yeah, Jared is like, most cards don't even max out slot power. You are correct.
True.
Very true.
True.
But it also depends on, is it you talking about startup? Because when a card starts up, you run the risk of it maxing out everything upon startup and then settling out. And then depending on the algorithm you're running.
That's what I'm getting at. He's saying the SATA connector is rated for 55 watts. The rail can handle it, but not the connector. True.
Right.
That's where I'm getting at, is that it's the SATA plug, and especially the quality of plug. Like using those little adapters to go into it, like no, like bad, all bad. Panda learned that one. He used those adapters.
But he was running the adapters from the riser to the top 8 pin.
Yeah, but he was also using like adapter and a SATA adapter.
Right, but he was splitting it from the graphics card itself and the riser. You're talking about when it fires up and it's under full load for that brief millisecond, you're talking, max wattage off the card, max wattage off the riser for a brief moment. And that's where he was starting to burn up his cables. Was that it was causing all that heat on the ground side. It's not going to burn up on the power cable. Power cable, for whatever reason, always seems to handle it. It's the ground that takes a knock.
Yeah, Nefarious says I wouldn't use anything for SATA over a 580. I use SATA on like a 1070. I've used it on a 1080. Like I've used it, but I don't use like connectors. Like I use straight SATA cable from the power supply to the riser, and they're not like version 3s or 2s or something like that. Like they're 6s, 7s, 8s, and they have SATA on them. I will use them because I trust the riser. And I'm not using like a crappy cable, so I have faith in the way I'm setting it up.
I like my rigs right now. They're running off of a SATA to 6-pin for the riser, because that's all that my power supply would come with, and I was not.
Yep.
I knew I didn't have enough room in between the graphics cards to plug the SATA into my riser, because the SATA's always off to the side of the riser. And it's got 6-pin on the back, so I just ran the adapters. I've done this before, so I know it wasn't an issue. I did have an issue putting together my my RX 580 rig. One of the GPUs did not want to turn on, and it was because the SATA cable from the power supply the pin wasn't shoved in all the way. So I actually had to take everything apart real quick, shove it all back in there, and then I test fired it up, and I'm like, okay, cool, we're good to go.
Jerome says, if overdrawn power on startup for Ethereum can use miner flag to throttle DAG creation. What? What you talking about, Willis?
In some of the mining programs, you can actually slow down how quickly it builds the DAG file on the card itself, and that instead of it going, okay, we're on, and we're working right off to the races. Every card now we're building the DAG file in all of them, so it starts to max them out for a brief moment.
Oh, he says, yeah, you can set the time between the DAG files to load, so you can set 1 second apart.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And it'll slow down how quickly you're ramping up that card, so that you're not hitting that that upper limit. But
4 gigabyte trick. Is that what you're trying to say? Those 4 gigabyters, ones that are just right there at that cusp.
Right.
I got one of those. I got a 1050 that's right on the cusp. 1050 Ti. It's right on the cusp of that, man. Still chugging along. Well, not right now, but I'm not hashing on anything right now. I haven't been hashing for like 4 days now. I'm having minor withdrawals, man.
That hurts me right in the feels.
Me too.
That hits me right in the hash. Oh, man.
Hurts. Hurts me real deep.
Yes, Jared's like, generating a DAG is more compute intensive than mining. Yeah, because like you're just barraging it. Hey, deal with this.
There's all of this. Just take it all at once. What?
This is electronic BBC.
Max Vultures with the -li DAG command in Phoenix miners slow down the DAG creation. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I haven't done that.
Yeah, I've never slowed down my DAG creation. I'm the person that goes, come on, start. Come on. Right. You're not started yet? What's wrong with you? Something's broken, isn't it?
Jared Holman says yes. So there's your answer. That's what he's using. It's the -li DAG. I would assume the space and then your number for intervals.
Right.
Commas would probably separate between cards. Or maybe it's just, if you set it to 1, it's 1 second every time it has to build DAG. I don't know. I have not messed with that, so I can't clarify. Crypto Mining Lifer says, that'd be the first thing I set up. Gotta get the miners going. Well, right. How do you get the network set up?
Right, network, mining, then your bed. Priorities, dude.
Yeah, well, my priorities are a little different. Bed first. Then I had to wait for network. Now that I have network set up, I could have set miners up today and been like hashing as we speak right now, but then I wouldn't have like been able to record anything because I would have just done it. Like I could have just done it and I would have, but then I was like, no, I want to record a little bit of this. I gotta stop. I gotta slow down. And I was like, I gotta wait till tomorrow. I'm doing things tomorrow, so I gotta wait another day. Yeah, that's my life.
Yeah, I'm dreading trying to set this all up for myself too, because like I'm gonna be redoing my mining room here soon. So I'm gonna have to set up a camera in there and get my microphone in there.
You know how I work, man. And I just like do it, and I just like just do it, and then I'm like, I gotta video it. I gotta stop. Don't do it.
Yeah.
I wanna finish it. I want to be mining. It's quiet. I want to know how warm it gets in here.
Yeah, Jared's like doing all of this staggers the PSU load. So yeah. especially if you're using a PSU that's
Friendly Thunderbolts.
not. It's not. It can't handle the amount of GPUs. Let's say like you've got enough VGA cables to do all of this, but if all the miners spooled up at max load all at the same time, you can actually overrun your PSU. So
Right.
definitely, if you're running into it where your miner crashes consistently while booting it up for the first time, this might be the reason why.
Unplug a card.
Right, an unplugged card all of a sudden. Hey,
You've exceeded the 80% rule.
right.
And your power supply's like, hey, I ain't doing it. Most power supplies are smart now. They're like, no thanks.
Right. Imagine having, four.
Better late than never. What's up,
having
protocol mining?
Yo, what's up? It's like imagine having,
DCA or
four
Corsair.
1080 Ti's all on a 1,000-watt Corsair power supply.
Life of mine. It's quiet. No, it's quiet. This is bad. It's been 2 days quiet. I hear my blood pressure. No more quiet. I need fan.
Right.
I can't sleep at night. Yeah.
Oh man.
That's how it feels, dude. When I first turned all the rigs off, when I was like packing up the house, dude, like walking through there, dude, like gave me anxiety because all the rigs, it was just so quiet, and I was like it made me like nauseous. And I was walking, I was like, because you're used to like the noise.
The noise, yeah.
So you're walking by and you don't hear it. You're like, oh, like.
I
I feel weird.
Whenever I built my 4U here last week,
right.
So because that rig was behind this green screen here in my living room, so I always had this like little constant hum. It was 4 1080 Ti's and one 1660 Ti, and the RGB lit up the room. I mean, so like at night you would see everything into the living room.
Yep.
And then the first thing, like when I got done with the stream on last Saturday, I go to fire up remining Monero on here, and all of a sudden I heard my fans for my AIO radiator spool up. I'm like, wow, this thing is loud. Wow, that's weird. And then that night, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Hearing things you don't normally hear.
I wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning and I come out because like my allergies are horrible right now. So like I must have spent a good hour mouth breathing. So I woke up at 2 in the morning with a pasty mouth. So I'm like getting a drink. I turn around. I'm like, oh my god, my rig's off. Because like it's 2 in the morning. You're not awake. You don't remember that you put it all into a few. So I gave myself a mini heart attack. Rushed over to it. I'm like, it's not even here. I'm like, oh, that's right. It's in a 4U. So I open up the door of the mining room, and I'm like, oh, it's so loud in here. Oh, this is so much better. Oh god.
Oh yeah.
And it's so dark, I'm like, man, I can go to sleep out here. The only thing that's bright in the living room now is my Pi.
Oh, yeah.
With that ice cooler, that little ice cooler, it's got 4 LEDs in there. Oh, my God. It lights up my whole TV area.
Oh, nefarious. They keep making your rates go up. That's crazy, dude. They did that, they were doing that to me during COVID. They were raising my rates up. Not by a lot, but enough that you notice.
Oh yeah, because they're
that you notice as a miner, you notice you're like
they're going to do that because they're like, oh wait a minute, we're losing all of this revenue from these businesses not being open. Let's charge everybody else to make it up, bastards.
Yep. Go figure. If anybody has any questions, guys, like now would be the time before we roll out of here. I totally have some stuff that I need to finish up. I hate moving. And I'm tired.
Who in the world would sit there and ask for a friend request, but not even, where do I know you from?
Nowhere.
We have Red Panda and Dreams Escrow. That makes me worried. A random friend request.
I never respond to friend requests unless I know them.
Right. Yeah. Neither do I really.
Suckers. That's why it's called friends.
Right. I have to.
I don't know you. You not my friend.
Right. It's like, and they should know that they could message me without being a direct friend of mine. So they can ask the question that they're probably wanting to ask, and it's probably, hopefully it's not like some kind of scammy thing.
He needs Bitcoin. He hit his limit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? It's always the thing. I hit my limit on the exchange. Can you withdraw that for me?
Right.
No.
Or can I buy some graphics cards off of you? I've got this weird escrow service that I'd like you to utilize. Don't use Dream's escrow. Use mine.
No, I'm not panda dancing, Tech Man. Panda's not here.
Right.
Panda has to be here for me to panda dance. Jerry Holman says Red Panda Mining is a YouTube channel. Pretty popular. Yes.
Oh yes.
We are very familiar with Red Panda. Very comes on the show, does events with us. Love Red Panda.
Right.
Talk to him all the time.
Yes, we're good. We have friend requests with him.
Yes, he's on my friends list.
Right.
He's my friend.
Exactly. He's cool peeps.
Cool peeps. Yeah. Even though he's Canadian.
Right. And if you ever,
I only hate it. Only hate these Canadians because I'm jealous. Because I'm just jealous.
the only thing I'm jealous on, well, it's actually two things. The wife might not like this, but I do. One, they get lots of that is snowmobile heaven. Okay, out there they get enough snow year round that you can almost snowmobile all the time. It's awesome, especially if you're in northern Canada. And then it's cold there.
I think Nim's selling some 1070s Fox Mining.
Yo.
He says, no, really, though, if you need to sell some cards, I'll buy. I think he's selling some 1070s.
I got 1070s and 1080s for sale if you want to.
I pinged the Panda. He's like, no Panda, you need to get here for your Panda dance for you.
Oh, too funny. So yeah, Fox Protocol Mining. If you're really looking, if you're in the market to buying some graphics cards, I have some for sale.
He does have some.
I have 7 RX 580s. He's like an AMD guy here. I got 7 RX because I'm gonna keep one of my RX 580s. They are the Asus ROG Strix. I got a few Samsung memory, and then I got a bunch of SK Hynix. Shink, he's like, I'm a hella late.
Yeah, no, we're about to be rolling out of here, man.
Right.
I'm being called from another room. I can hear my name.
But if
are they 8 or 4? They're 8.
Oh, they're 8 gigs.
I know they're 8. He's not a 4 gigabyte kind of guy.
I don't skimp out.
No.
I didn't even know. Did the ROG Strix come in a 4 gigabyte variant?
Yes.
On the Strix.
Yeah. I'd imagine.
I mean, I can see the tough.
The
Tough
not.
coming in.
570s, I know. I had a 570 Strix.
The 580s, I think
and they were
you
4
can
gigabytes.
only get the ROG Strix in an 8 gigabyte. I could be wrong.
And this is no 4 gigabyte GPU in GPU Jesus' house.
You know it.
Not in his house. He goes, I always got to check. Yeah, I know, man. I was rocking 4 gigabytes for a while, and I had Asus Strix, but they were 570s.
Right.
But they were 4 gigabytes.
The only card that I have that has less than 8 gigabytes of VRAM on there is my old school GTX. Wait for it. 550 Ti had a whole whopping 1 gigabyte of GDDR4. Or no, I'm sorry. It was GDDR3.
Video now. After 4 gigabyte DAG. Life after ETH.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Pretty much. of holding on to my 4 gigabyte cards in case ETC rolls back its DAG. Yeah.
The only way that they're doing that is if they actually switch over to ProgPow. And then it goes, and then
you can lower the DAG. There are Ethereum coins that have a lower DAG. You can adjust the DAG size. They can roll it back. Being on Nethash, they can do that.
I think Ethereum is beyond that, though.
There are coins on Ethereum that have a less than 4 gigabyte DAG.
Right.
Way less.
But you would have to your networks your blockchain would have to be able to fit inside of there, which means that you got a small network. I'm not sure if Ethereum could do it without
going back up.
I don't.
You're gonna roll it back and probably see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, because like there's that rumor that ETC is gonna roll back their DAG file.
It's not gonna solve the problem.
No, it's not. It's not gonna solve the problem.
It's gonna make it a lot worse.
Oh, you know it, because now people who are sitting on a bunch of old graphics cards will be like, yeah, mine.
9s that are like 3 gigabyte cards, and then our 4 gigabyte cards, they're gonna come up and they're gonna come out of the woodworks.
Oh yeah.
Those 1030s, yep, the 1030s coming out of there. Like, hey guys, what's up? I'm here to mine.
No, Nefarious, they don't. That a lot of people don't realize that either. ETC is ETH's original chain. Their chain goes all the way back.
Yeah, they want the 3 to 4 gigabyte cards. Yeah, if they want to build their network and make it stronger again, moving it back would be smart, because there are tons of cards that are 3, 4 gigabyte cards that aren't mining anything really worth it, or mining anything at all.
Right.
So this would give them a home, and it would strengthen their network. But in same sense, it's going to raise the DAG file, because the network's going to become bigger than it probably I think it's going to be.
Ninja Grasshopper would love to see the DAG file come down.
It'd be like the same thing all over again. It might buy them a year, maybe. I mean, even when they had a low amount of hash rate, they were still attacked. So I mean, I don't know if it'll even solve it.
No,
but it'll buy them a year of them being maybe constantly attacked. Maybe, if everybody adopts it.
And even them switching over to, like they're talking about moving to SHA-3. I don't even think that'll solve anything too.
It's not true nefarious.
And the reason why I don't think that it would be worth them switching over to SHA-3 is that on SHA-3 you already have these dedicated coins that have been on there. Now you're asking these same miners to try to convince them to come off of the network they're already supporting and come onto yours. I think if they go to SHA-3, they're going to have even less hash rate on there, and that makes them even more vulnerable. Because switching over to SHA-3 is not going to...
people using all of the access 4 gigabyte cards to attack. They're still going to rent hash power on NiceHash, yes. But it's going to give people that have 3 gigabyte cards and 4 gigabyte cards a longer time to mine with those cards.
Yeah.
Because they're already slowly dwindling their days. So it's not that they would use the cards to attack, it's that they would give them a place to hash and basically protect their network for them, because they're giving them a place to call home.
Right.
So therefore they're going to protect it. Higher hash equals more expensive to 51% attack. Correct.
I'm not sure. Does NiceHash actually do anything with SHA-3?
Yeah.
They do? Okay. I wasn't sure if you can actually point everything, FPGA and ASIC at NiceHash.
I'd imagine. SHA-3 is ASIC, yes, because there's quite a few coins that run on SHA-3.
Because SHA-3 is a FPGA algorithm.
Yeah. More ASICs, but yes.
Yeah.
Older ASICs, not new ASICs.
No.
Like older generation, not efficient kind of ASICs. FPGAs, yes. Black Miner, yes. They live in there right now anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But any other questions, guys? I'm getting bugged, so
Right.
I gotta be
Right.
rolling out of here.
He's got to finish unpacking and all
I
that
don't know,
good stuff. Oh my God, you're gonna be busy in that house for the next like 8 months
Yeah.
because nothing's gonna be right. And it's
Took me
only
a year to get it all
temporary.
set up the way I had it last
And then
time.
this
I
is
was
all
like,
temporary too. It's like, oh, that makes it
know.
even worse.
just trying not to like get everything like too settled.
Right.
You know, I'm like, oh, it's just temporary. Like, everything is gonna move in like 8 months or whatever, however long it's gonna take.
Yeah. Jared's like higher hash rate means that it just takes more. So yeah, the hacker spent 150,000
The hack 5 mil.
to hack 5 mil. Yeah, and he did it
Yeah.
not
So right, yeah.
rinse and repeat, and that's why it happened.
Couple times.
That's why it happened 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
So in total, what they've been attacked like 4 or 5 times in total now.
About 5 times in total.
Yeah,
3 are within like the last
a couple of months.
like 3 months,
Yeah,
2 months really.
which is insane.
It shows it 2 hours for a reason. Almost all the time. So yeah. Sorry I was late, guys. Thanks for letting me participate.
Oh, no problem.
I appreciate you coming in and talking, man.
For sure. We love having as
Crazy they can't bring charges on them, right? I completely agree.
and
The
I
51%ing isn't the problem. It's not the attack. It's the double spending is what got them all the profits, not the 51%ing.
right.
51%ing isn't an attack.
No,
You can
that's just being a
network and
That's just
not
being a
attacking it.
greedy miner.
Yep.
That's all
You
it
just
is.
want all of them blocks. But people can attack the network if the hash rate isn't high enough. It was 3 times back in August. Yeah.
Yep.
Nice Hash does not use SHA-3. So maybe
I didn't think
that's-
so. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like,
is
I don't
the-
think they do SHA-3.
51% enables double spend. It enables it. But-
It's one ingredient.
Yeah, you need more.
That's all it
than
is.
just-
That's
Oh,
like sitting there and saying you whip out a whole slab a whole thing of chicken and be like, I got barbecue chicken, right? It's like, no, that's just the one element.
We've totally 51%. We've 70% of the network before, but never
Right.
double spended. We just
So you've got to be
You can
running
do
extra software. You've got to be running a full node wallet so that you're verifying in your own wallet still.
yeah. See, that's where he mined several thousand blocks to secret. Exactly.
Right.
That was where he was double spending.
Right.
I can mine 51% of a pool and not do that and not attack a network.
Right. So he was running.
There's always those bad people.
He was
out there
running a
that
full
take advantage.
node. He ran a full node. He was mining directly to the full node, but he did not have that node communicating out until he
Yeah.
knew he got his.
It was an invalid node.
Right. So as soon as he validated that node, he knew he had a longer chain.
Yep.
That's all it is. But you also have to have software. I know how to create the software. I'm not the person who made it, of course. Neither is Mikkel. Mikkel's a much better coder than I am. He'd be able to implement this a lot easier than I could, hands freaking down. But I know some of the people that have done stuff like this. Do they do it anything further than on like test networks? No. They do it to help debugging code. So I would call them like a gray hat hacker. But yeah, it's extra software to help. It does certain things with your node. and your miner. I'm not going to go through exactly what, because I don't want anybody to go down that rabbit hole. It's just not worth it. Because, like, it might benefit you to hack a network right now, but that's one less coin you're going to be able to mine profitably, because after you get done 51%ing it, you're killing a network. That's not profitable long term. It's not worth it long term.
Says you spend the coins and rewrite the chain without your transactions and spend the same coins again.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's it in a nutshell.
Correct. Basically how that happens.
Mm-hmm.
In the simplest way possible.
Yep. And it always hits the exchanges.
It's 13,000 transactions for a reason. Yeah, I know now it is.
Oh my god, yeah.
It takes 13 days for it to go through on Coinbase.
Yep.
13 days. A long time.
Yeah, yeah.
Price can move a lot in 13 days. Can move a lot in 2. Move a lot in 13.
It can move a lot in 30 seconds.
Slow down that double spin possibility. Yep. It's not solving the problem, because even though they raised it up, they still double spinned it.
Right. They at the beginning of the year, they had, was it this year? No.
It's not so much them
it
sending
was the
to
beginning of
exchanges,
last
they can send
year.
it to a different wallet and then go back and do it again.
Right.
It's not so much sending it to an exchange. A lot of exchanges aren't allowing it, and so you can still do it wallet to wallet. And like, say I send them 30,000 ETH or 13,000, Ethereum Classic, and then I rewrite the transaction without those in it, then I still have those. I sell those original coins. So then I just double spend it to myself.
Mm-hmm.
So it's doable without an exchange. Which is, I assume, from what it looked like, that's what they did last time, because the coins were sent and it was a different address. So they were like, hey, I'm just going to go ahead and do it here and then send it back to where I need to.
Right. I think there was a team working, coordinating all of this, because like it was an unknown farm, and then you can see all the rented hash rate.
Right. He says he should exclude bad people. Eventually we will run out of bad people. Eventually.
Right, but the thing is that because this is pretty much uncensorable, so your wallet is blackballed. I'll just put a new wallet together. All right.
Just change IP addresses.
Right. I mean, you're not really talking about. They would have to put some way to validate the nodes coming back online if they were mining in secret. There's got to be a security process that they put in place that obviously ETC has not done. And then it makes me wonder if ETH actually did it, not just Ethereum Classic. Does ETH have a similar vulnerability, but because they've got such a network hash rate that it's too hard to implement it, but do they have the same vulnerability baked in?
Right. Gerald, by having a longer chain you submit to the network, you essentially rewrite the history. Because the way crypto works is if the longer chain always wins, period.
Yep.
Even if the history is rewritten, there is still this is why there are a certain number of blocks or a certain number of confirmations required, varies by coin and block time. Correct.
Right.
Longest chain always wins.
And even with Bitcoin, they recommend 100 verifications. Yes, you can trust Bitcoin after 3, but if something stupid happens,
never send it until you have those full confirmations.
Right. Even Bitcoin, they recommend 100 verifications, and at 100 at 10 minutes a pop, you're still waiting most of the day to verify.
Yep. I agrees.
But if you think about it, with what happened to ETC, they wrote 7,000 blocks. So they could have rewrote anything from the very beginning of those transactions, and technically they had enough transactions in play to trust that the transaction went through, and it could still be rewritten.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Love it. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, the only network that I know of that hasn't had an issue is Litecoin.
Yes, in theory, Ethereum could be hacked, but it would be extremely hard. Not enough hash power on NiceHash to 51%. But could still be possible, even though extremely expensive, doing secret mining.
Oh, yeah.
It's totally doable if you do it in secret. Not enough hash power to rent on NiceHash to do it.
No. You'd have to have a big farm yourself. Maybe
You
have
pull stuff like
two
NiceHash,
big farms.
mining rig rentals, plus yourself.
You're talking every rental place that you can get your hands on.
Everywhere.
All of them. And you're just like, I want your hash. Oh, nice. So Fox Protocol, you
Legit.
are an OG miner. He mined Litecoin on his gaming PC. So
many years ago.
What was that? An R9 that you were mining it on?
You miner multi, bro.
Right.
Yeah, see, it has like 70x the hash rate of ETC.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Well, not only
even before the attacks.
You know what really hurt ETC was the fact that Bitmain, even with their update for the E3s, I can't mine Ethereum ETC on my E3s. I can only put it on Ethereum. And I've got the latest firmware from Bitmain directly. And I don't know of any aftermarket firmware that goes onto the E3s.
Right. Wow. Instead of 78.50.
Oh my god. Damn.
LTC was a penny.
Wow.
Wow. Great deal, dude.
Yeah, no kidding.
Great deal, Jared Holman.
OG in his house.
That's awesome.
Right. And well, I think we're gonna try to sign up out of here because this man's got to do stuff around the house. So definitely, guys, smash that Elizabeth like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Hop into the Discords if you haven't. DCA Discord, that is for this channel directly, or if you're mining orientated, you can subscribe to both of them, which will be DCA Adventures Discord and the Family Mine LLC Discord. Definitely. Links are always down below. And if you'd like to support the channel and become a Blue Wrench, certainly join the Patreons.
Oof.
Oh, you can DCA your mining.
That's right, guys. There's also you can also donate via coin request down there as well.
Ooh, I forgot all about that.
If you would like to do something like that, you can donate that and it goes straight to the DCA team wallet, and we all get it, man. We all get to see it. DCA come in, man.
Right.
Oh, that's gross. Fox Knight says, imagine spending 107 Litecoin on a pack of White Owls.
Hey, man.
Yeah,
Think about the pizza guy.
That's like the you're the pizza guy.
No, and at the end of the day, I agree. I 100% agree with Nick's ops.
You need to spend it. So I mean,
it's money. At the end of the day, it's money. If you were holding onto it, right? If you're holding onto it, you are gambling. You are speculating that it's going to be worth more tomorrow than it is today. You're gambling at that point. If this is truly a financial tool for you, you're either speculating that it's going to go up, or you're just going to use it as money. And some of the reasons why I don't have Bitcoin, because I use it as money. I mine it, And then I buy
Buys more
more
mining equipment with it.
Right, buy more mining equipment with
And
it.
it mines more with it,
And then I buy more mining equipment. I mean,
Vicious cycle, guys. It's terrible.
I'm getting a 3090. I'm getting 3080s. It's happening. There is no more
Vicious
Bitcoin.
mining cycle, guys.
There's no more Bitcoin.
You gotta love it. So, on that note, guys, I guess we will talk to y'all later. And
Right.
see you next time, guys.
Yo.
Later, everyone.